Right, I've done a bit more, just so you don't get bored of just watching it, because there's a lot of stuff in here. I've painted them in. They're not quite finished yet, but you'll see how I did that, because I've got this one to do. So I thought you may as well just watch me do that one. Save having to sit for ages watching the same thing. So hopefully everything what I do, even though I've cut bits out, just so you don't get bored, you'll still know how to do it because of the other bits what I've done. Hopefully. Right. Right, I'll just crack on. I think I'll start. Right, see these on these silver birch trees, these shadowed side and the light side. I'm going to start with that on this big one. So I'm putting in clean water down this front bit here. That's to soften into the light bit. Right, then I think I'm going to stick in some yellow. I'm sort of trying to... That's nice, vary my colours. Right, I'm going to stick in straight next to that some like creamy orange colour as well. Into there like that. That's quite nice. That's it then. I think I'll go in with some red, some quite dark red. There we are, a bit of red. That can come in right down this edge now. Right down there. Something like that. And that can blend in a bit in there. Right, now some blue. A bit of blue in there. So some blue in that bottom bit there. A bit of red and blue. There. It's quite nice. And then, in fact, I'll tell you what, let me get this brush. Start just softening a bit, perhaps. Soften a bit more. Let's take this over to this side. Just sort of. These little white highlights look brilliant, but probably won't get bright white light settling on that side. Right, I'm just going to tip this about a bit and just merge them colours a little bit. This is probably the best way to do it, just to do it like this and let the colours do their own thing. It's not bad at that. That's better. Right, I think what I'm going to do now, I'll tell you what I am going to do, dab that at the bottom because I don't need to get puddle there. Right, I think what I'm going to do now, I've got a mixture of some burnt umber and blue to give me a really dark colour. That's it, and I'm going to whack that in down on that side. This is probably slightly darker. See, as all them colours blending, probably slightly darker than that because it's slightly closer. Right, so that's that. Dab it at bottom again because I don't need all them puddles in bottom. I'll probably drip back down, that'll be sad. Right, so that's that, right. I'm going to stick in now another tree behind here in this background bit here. So this one's going to be a dark tree like that. So, in fact, let me get a detailing brush, mix some thicker paint up. I don't say, I'll have some brown, burnt umber, and some ultramarine blue. Give me a nice dark colour. Right, I want to cut what I think I'm going to do. To get this highlight here where it light's hitting, I might as well have my tree. It's coming from this side. Might as well have my tree right in there like that. It'll help highlight that. And I like some of these details here, so I don't want to cover them all. So if I come up there like that, and then let me see. Let me start thinning my paint out a bit now as I come across, because the light's coming in this way, so the light's hitting it from this side. That's it, that's not bad at that. So it's coming in from there, like that. And the light's hitting it from that side. I say, that's why I'm using this detailing brush. Yeah, that's quite nice. Some majority of trees behind this tree, you see. Some more. Probably turn it. Let's turn it back this way. Nice, I think. I'm going to take it straight out top of page like that. It's quite a big tree. But I'm going in with some darker paint now. I'm just gonna. I'm thinking about that thick. I'm just guessing how thick to do it. Oh, I watched yesterday. I watched a wildlife documentary with my stepdad, right? And the sloth come on, right? And they said, I think they said, I'm sure it were about 23 hours a day this sloth just sleeps. See, if sloth, even the name sloth sounds like the word sleep, doesn't it? Right? And watching it with my stepdad gets Baz on with the sloth and starts moaning on. I tell you, it's nearly as daft as his lad Doofus, who's my stepbrother. Starts moaning on, saying, this sloth, he says they, I don't know what he means when he says they, I don't know if he means the government or what, I don't know. He says they ought to get this sloth and make it work and charge it taxes. Said it were wrong that it was sitting about for 23 hours a day. What I thought was a little bit of a stupid comment. But obviously my stepdad is related to Doofus, so he's not the brightest spark. Not like me. See, I live here with me stepbrother and my stepdad. And I think they're trying to get rid of me and Doofus. They keep telling us, because I'm 45, Doofus is 45, and they keep telling us it's time we moved out and that. But yeah, it's I think Doofus' stepdad is as daft as him. And then like me and my mum, we're like the clever side of the family sort of thing. So I'd say I'd describe myself as sort of highly intelligent, if I'm honest. Just a highly intelligent man. Oh, I tell you what I meant to do. See that little bit there, look? That little bit of a blob there? I meant to stick some of that in there, look. See how I've done that? I meant to do that just to cover that little blob up. There, that's it. A little blob of orange there. I thought I'll cover that up. Right, so that's that. I think I'm going to need some more, because it's not a dead thick tree. I think I need some more twigs coming off it. Can you see how it's darker on that side and that side? So that probably coming down to probably not quite the other side of there. It's a thick fat tree and then it goes up there where it's hid behind. Need it behind because I wanted to leave some of these details in this. I didn't want to cover this up, and then bits in the background I didn't want to cover up. So that's why I put it like that. And that's what you got to do. You make it up as you go along and think, right, what do I want where? And just the world's your lobster. This is completely made up, this painting. None of this is from a photograph or anything. It's all just totally made up. Let's have a nice branch coming out there. Like that. I don't know why it's a knife branch. Might be an horrible branch. A nice branch. A bit there, a bit there. So I'm following them on. Probably don't even have to do that. But so I'm imagining there's probably another bit coming off it about, I don't know, that'll do. You ain't got to worry too much. I like that yellow glowing through there where it lights it in. I just blend that bit in there. This is give me a bit of texture. There, that's nice. So that's a branch behind there. I'm thinking there'd probably be a branch coming out No, because then it'll look like it's coming out of that one. See, in nature, this probably might have a branch which looks like it's coming out of that one, what's coming out of that one. But we're not in nature, like I say, the world's my lobster, I'm making it up. So it's going to help me. If I had a branch coming out back of there, it might look like it's coming off that one. And I've got some branches to put on that one in a bit. So maybe I'll do one more out of there, perhaps. Let's try that. Quite a big fat one. Coming out of there and coming into here like that. Tell you what, let's have a few like that just come in. There, probably could do here. I've gone to a smaller brush just to get some better details in there like that. Look, that's better, isn't it? Not too chunky that one. There, that's it. Something like that. Yeah. So that's coming off that one. Look at that. I've even gone slightly darker on that side of that twiggy branch. Look, put it down there, so it looks like it's growing out at tree. See, see how I've come in front with these branches. It's a slight detail, and you can only just tell. But not all your branches, when you're painting branches, they don't all go out to the side. Like that one's coming out from there, and you can only just see because it's dead dark, but it's coming out there, it's curling that way, but it's also curling that way, look. In fact, let me even add a little bit onto that just to, there, like that, just so you can, there, it's curling out that way as well, because it's coming out towards me. That one's coming out, it's going over that side, but it's coming out the front of the tree. They don't all just come out the sides. So that's what I'd like to try and do. Right. That's looking a bit dark there. Give that a little dab. That's better. Right, now, what do I want now? Do I need any more out there? I do actually think, looking at that, there'd probably be another one coming out there. So after saying, could I leave it? I suppose I could, going up there, and then going out. Or shall I do one coming out there off that tree? Coming across there. Let's do that. I think that'll look nice. Like I say, I'm making it up, you see, so I'm just sort of guessing what I think's going to look nice. Oh, I've put my finger in it. Look, that there, look at that. I've dabbed my little finger in there. Looks like a little highlight where the sun's hitting it. So I'm going to leave that. I think Bob Ross used to call them happy accidents, didn't he? In fact, I know he did. I used to watch him. Dee dee dee. There we are. And there. Just put some little twigs on the end of there. There's some bits there, look. There we are. And that's just coming off that one, not that one. Well, I think you can sort of tell. But anyway, that's that. So, that's that tree done. In fact, I think you might not see that in a minute, because I think I might stick another one here. I fancy having one here. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, I think. Oh, shall I put my tree in there? You've got to think about these things. I want some shadows coming down here. See these trees here in the background that's going all the way up there? Light's coming in this way, so there'll be loads of shadows coming across there. So I want to put them in. I'll tell you what I'm tempted to do. Just tip this upside down with that big black bit there, look. Can you see that run there? Tip it upside down. Get across there. Can you see what I'm doing, that big run? Might as well take advantage of that. Take it across there. Might go pretty much all the way up here. Oh, that'll do it, don't want to go no further. And then pop it that way. Can you see that there, look? So it's all flooding that way. Yeah, and then just put it back again so it floods back down. Just give me an extra bit of dark shadow in there. Might even have a little finger dab to soften it on that top bit. There, what's that? Right, yeah, shall I put them shadows in first or after? I don't know. Yeah, let's just pop them in now. Right, so I'm going to go with them. I'm going to go a mixture of blue and red. I like what's going to make me a nice purple colour, but some bits I might do more blue and some bits I might do more red. So I'm thinking, in fact, I probably don't need to do too much thinking. It's probably quite straightforward. A lot of stuff. Loads of twigs and bushes and all sorts in there, you see. So ready bits. Oh, that's got more bluey actually. That's good. I want a varied colour. So this is just representing all these twigs and bits. Now I've got a little scratch through there. Look, see them two little scratches I put through? I'm going to try and paint up to them and round them rather than just going through them. Yeah. See how I've gone round them? Why not? There. Oh, that's good. Let me get a smaller brush because there's some further back twigs and stuff. And they're going to be all painted in like that as well. That's nice. Slightly a bit more red in there. Oh, that's nice. All the little twiggy bits here, look. Because I think there's a lot of little twiggy bits from the shorter bushes and things. And then this one is representing bigger ones. Yeah, it's going up there. See how I'm curling it round and up again because my land's going slightly round and up. So I think my land's coming down that hill there and back up that side. So that's how I've done it. Popped a bit more red in. It might be a good idea to stick slightly more red in as you get closer, and then that will make it look like well, it's just a warmer colour, so it's always gonna warm it. So I've added a bit more red into me purplish colour there, and I think just like that, something like that. Let's see. Dab into a bit of water and just come up to the edge of this, just pop in. So I think there'll be loads of little twigs and branches on this end bit as well, so just pop in something to resemble some of them little twigs and branches and stuff like that. Top bit there, I think that looks alright, doesn't it? Yeah, that just looks like loads of twigs, branches and stuff, big trees, little trees, all sorts. I quite like that. I did want to have a couple of thicker ones coming across. Maybe. Yeah, let's do that. So have a couple of ones what just look. Let's say we take that looks like a bigger nail. Let's take that one there, look, and make it look like it's a bigger tree, slightly bigger than some others. That's nice. And then let's do the same there. Have a big, like there's a big tree cutting through. Do you know what I mean? And do that there, like that. Look, that's it. It doesn't really matter if it's all rough looking, because that's all rough ground and bits of grit, dirt, stones, rocks, twigs, tree roots, everything's in there. So not to get it all too posh, it don't matter. Something like that. I'll soften that back in. And like I say, I've gone blends between the reds and the blues and stuff. That bit there's a bit chunked out of that shadow. That probably won't. Well, now maybe there's a little rock cutting up in front of it, a little rock sticking out there, blocking it. So yeah, that probably would happen in nature. Trying to make it look like what would happen in real nature, but we're not too worried. Sometimes if something looks nice, you just think, I want to leave it. It looks nice there. So that's that. I think. Oh, that's definitely coming on into. Definitely. Right, I'm going to dab that now, get rid of that puddle at the bottom of there. Don't need that puddle. In fact, no, I'll leave that. I was going to dab that little puddle there, but see how it's cauliflowered a bit down that side, but I think that looks like a bit of bark. So again, like Bob Ross always says, an happy accident. Right, I'm going to dry this little bit because I think I'm going to have one more tree about here. Oh, I think I'm going to put one here and all. Right, let's get it to dry. I'll dry a bit up there and all. See, I planned to have one more tree in here, but because I like this branch, these twigs coming through that much, I think I might leave it and not have it, just have one more there. You ain't got to stick to your original plan, you just go with flow. So I think that's what I might do. I think it'll look better like that. A bit of an opening through the middle there so you can just see through your painting. So, alright, let's get back in. Right. One more tree, and I think we'll be about done. Right, so I'm going to leave that bit in there. Trying to work around stuff. Right, let's start about there, like that. I like that little tree there, so I'm going to try not to hit into that. Right there. Let's dab into a bit of water. Bring it forward. If I dab into my water, then bring the thickness of the tree forwards, it's going to give me that thinner look on front, so it looks more rounded. Now I've got to try and look, keep sitting back and looking and see how big this tree is going to be. So is it going to be about there? That one's that thick at the bottom, so I'm thinking let's take it a bit thicker. About there. Alright, that looks not bad, doesn't it? Let's try that. So that's my light at the front. Look, I might have to rub it a bit to blend in that paint behind it. Look, see that paint behind it? So it's giving me some more back to white paper. This could be problematic if you're on your cartridge paper like I am. Cartridge paper, it is sort of proper watercolour paper, because a lot of watercolour artists love cartridge paper and paint on it. It's designed, it is a blotting paper, it's just a lot more lighter weight, so you can damage the paper more. But it's like, that hasn't really damaged my paper there, but if it did, usually when it dries you've got little bommels of paper, you brush them off and it's sound. Don't seem to do it. Right, I'm going to come in and get some of that bluey red colour just while I'm in here, and I'm just going to take this shadow out, pull it straight across. So all my shadows are coming at that angle, you see, so pull it straight across at that angle there, like that. There, about like that. That's nice. Then I'll just grab a detailing brush just to get right up to the edge of there, look, so I don't bodge it. There. That looks alright, I think. Let's get some more blue and red just on that bottom bit there. That's better. Just in there. Show that dark blue. That's a nice colour, that, isn't it? And be careful, because none of the others has got that much blue and red in there, so I don't want it to be different. That one's got quite a bit in, look. Anyway, never mind that. Let's go back to this brown colour in the background. I can thicken that up a bit now because it's drying a bit. Pull some forwards a bit. I'll tell you what I will do. Looking at that, let's just try and pop on a bit of roots into there like that one. That's probably going to be sort of doing a bit of that there. That's nice. Right, right. Let's keep going. More paint on brush. Come up this back bit here and across and up. And I'm guessing sort of where I'm going. I think I'll put all my sticks on where my detailing brush, I think. There, that's going up through there, getting thinner and thinner and thinner. Is that looking right? No, I think it needs to be a bit thicker, not thinner and thinner and thinner, a bit thicker. A bit like my stepbrother Doofus. I'm only calling him thick because he keeps saying to me that my brain cells are lonely. So if he's going to keep picking on me, I'm going to pick on him. Simple as that. So, and I know he quite often watches these. So there, Doofus, my stepbrother. If you're wondering what I'm on about, Doofus, if you watch this, stop going on about my brain cells. It's going to be trouble. Right, back to the painting. So yeah, it's a nice Doofus tree, nice thick one. Right, let's come in here. That's some nice branches. These are thin branches. That's like Doofus as well, because he's thin. He says when he says I'm thick, he means I'm fat. Yeah, very funny, Doofus. If Doofus calls me fat again, if you're watching this, Doofus, I know you will be. You know, next time you call me fat, I'm telling my mum. So just watch yourself. I dip my brush into a tiny bit of water just to thin it on this side, look, because the sun's hitting on that side and sort of bleaching it out a bit. Let's have another one right there, like that. And then these ones this side, slightly darker. Like that. I'll nip to a thinner brush in a minute. I'm getting a bit dark bit there on that bottom bit, look, slightly darker. Look at that. Got quite a bit of texture in here now from off these branches and stuff. That's looking quite good. Some extra colours in that bottom bit there. Yeah, that's nice. Well, a thinner brush. Get back into these branches. I probably ought to do these this side first. Let me stand up because I can get in better. I tell you what, can I put my hand? Is that dry yet? Yeah, it's dry enough. Rest my hand on there. There. Being really careful on this painting. So I might go to even a smaller brush in a minute. That's a lot of fiddling. And I always say don't fiddle unless you're on a violin. But today I'm doing quite a bit of fiddling. So a bit there. But I'm enjoying myself. So that's the main thing. What's more important than out. Right, I'm going to go to an even thinner brush. Plenty of paint on. I don't want to bit fussed in my hands this side. And just sort of stick them extra bits on there like that, look. They're clashing in with them bits, what looks nice because it's all bits together. I'll probably even put some little twigs in like that, look. In there. Just re-dipped into some more paint into that bit there, look. Into there. Like that. Nice. This bit here. Stand up. Just that. I like that. That's gone into them shapes there. It looks like bits of shadows of lights crossing over it somewhere. That's nice. Right, stand up again. You don't have to stand up. It depends where you sat. I'm just standing up because I've got to work around my camera and that. There we are. There. Something like that. That's that one there. Look like that little twiggy thing. There. Oh yes. Oh yes. There we are. A bit coming up like that. What's it? Some little twiggy bits again. There. That's that one. Right, like I say, I'm thinking about not having one there. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave one out there so it's got just enough room for your eye to go through the picture. Don't particularly want this to look like there's a path through middle, just for a change, to not have a path through middle. Right, anyway, let's pop that to there. Thinking now. Oh, I'll tell you what, we're on half hour. I'll finish it tomorrow. We'll get some more details in, and I'll proper make it shine tomorrow. I'll see you on beach.